It is supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year, but for some people, the Yuletide is anything but holly jolly. Krista Coe is a grief coach based in Eustis and Elwood. We were talking about the rural area there, as well as a contributor to herviewfromhome.com. Krista, thank you for joining us this morning to talk about this. A lot of people, very sad. It should be a happy time, but it is a very sad time. Talk about being a grief coach first and sort of what that involves.
Well, thanks, Chris, for having me. Being a grief coach is really taking people through a 9-step process to go from heartbreak to happiness or finding peace. So partnering with them through that journey so that they're not alone. That they can find some relief.
And that's important as well. And as we talk about at the holidays and gathering with people, there may be people who are dealing with a death, a breakup, something like that. And you're not sure how to approach that with people. You have some tips for that, don't you?
Yeah, so for people, those of us who aren't grieving ourselves but have maybe family or friends, the biggest key is to listen and to listen without fixing. So what that means is you can just say, hey, I'm here to listen. I don't have answers for you, but I know listening is a really big part of this. So let me just be here.
Yeah, that's a key part. You say listen without fixing, because guys like me try to step in and think that we have the answers to it. That's not what people need, though, is it?
Yeah, you know, guys do tend to do that, and it's such a blessing to have men in our lives that are there.
I didn't know if I was making a gender thing, Krista, but
it is great. And some things to say are, you know, I'm here for you. I can't imagine what you're going through. Or just take a deep breath and say, you know, I don't know what you're going through right now, but I'll be here if you need to talk. Please do that. Or give them 2 things that you can offer them. They aren't ready to make decisions a lot of times. They're very, so you can say to them, what would help you the most? Could I take your car for an oil change, or could I go grocery shopping for you? That way you're giving them 2 choices, and they don't have to come up out of the blue with, oh, if I need something, you know, just contact me. I'll be here.
And that important thing is that you are there for them, and they know that. Is that sort of what the ultimate goal is?
Exactly. That's the biggest thing you can do for them, is to just be there.
So we may know others. Sometimes that grief, maybe we're dealing with that ourselves. Some tips to sort of get through this period of time then.
Exactly. So if you're the person grieving, do yourself a favor, do your friends a favor, tell them, hey, just listen. That's all you need to do. But there's 3 steps that will take people from, you know, this bad place and take them to a place of growth and get better rather than bitter. And the first thing is to make a commitment. And with the new year coming up, what better time than to make that commitment to yourself that, hey, I am ready to take that step on my grieving process and make myself better. The second thing is to take action. And now I know I want to get better. What am I going to do? And each person's journey is different. And that's where the third thing, a coach, comes into the picture.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So that's what you do, and you are available to help people in that sort of way. You do it sort of by phone, right? Is that primarily how you do your consultations?
Exactly. I'm able to work with people from anywhere. So we do this over the phone, and it's very custom to what they're needing. I meet them where they're at, and we go from there. The first thing that they can do, if they would like to learn more about how they can go take the next steps for their grieving process, is to go to tristacoe.com, tristakoch.com, and sign up for a free discovery session, and we can visit a little bit about where they are and where they would like to go and what the steps would be to do to get there.
And you've got a book situation here too that will help people out who are sort of looking for this sort of help.
I do. Also on that website is a free book. It's Grief Relief in 30 Minutes by Aurora Winter, and it's an amazing book that walks people through one of my favorite tools as a grief coach. Really, truly, every time getting some grief relief in that time that they spend working through that tool.
Krista Coe with some great information on something that's really overlooked a lot of times this time of year, and thank you for your information on that. The website again is Trista Coe, and it's tristakoch.com, and of course you can connect at herviewfromhome.com as well, which Trista is a contributor for also. Thank you very much. Happy holidays to you. Stay with us. We're back with more News 5 Today right after this.